What's with the spoon up there?
The spoon is for doing one of the most difficult balance, is to balance a spoon on your nose.
Last week I got the rare opportunity to go visit Philippe Petit, the French wire walker, up in his studio in the Catskills. You may know him from the movie Man on Wire, the Oscar-winning documentary. He's walked a wire all over the world, but that's not all he does. Philippe is known as a juggler, a street performer, a pickpocket, a lock picker, a bullfighter, and an author. He is working on a new one-man show called Wireless, which he'll be performing this week in New York. There are going to be no high wires in the show, and instead he's going to be talking about all of his other careers.
And this picture inspired me to juggle. I thought how beautiful that he seems to be completely enwrapped or prisoner of the three balls, and actually there is an homage to him in my show.
So I got to visit him in his studio in the Catskills, which is actually a tiny barn that he built himself by hand using 18th century building technology. And it is a tiny room with a little stage. He calls it the smallest theater in the world. It's got a red curtain, not much of a backstage area though. One of the things that he has hanging in the barn are some framed photos of people that have inspired him over the years. These are like, you know, the world's most famous jugglers and contortionists. Marlon Brando.
He was talking about a young Balinese dancer, you know, a 16 years old girl, very gracile, and he was miming her, and for one moment, as an amazing actor, he was able to be that person. We would forget that he was 300-pound pasha on a stage with a giant armchair. He became that little girl dancing.
Philippe is not shy about calling himself a madman. That's how he kept referring to himself when we were together, because he said, who else has so many passions and so many professions for so long? And that's what he is trying to convey to audiences, the notion of his creativity, how he puts things together. And I wondered, is it something that he thinks you can teach? Can you teach that kind of creativity, that kind of passion that he has? So I asked him, and he said, but of course! And when I was in the room with him, I believed him.
It's very hard to find a teaspoon that is so tall. Okay, I'm going to confess, I stole it, from a hotel in Las Vegas. Okay? So you can print that. I don't think I will go to jail for it.